Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for a special 2-in-1 for Chaeyoung. I actually feel like out of the members who've had a solo, contrary to what I said about Chui, for example, where I was like, I'm not sure, I can't imagine what she would go for. I feel like for Chaeyoung is pretty, not straightforward, but if you kind of know her, like her universe, like her vibe, the artistry and everything, seeing how her solo album, the packaging, the covers and everything, is very much her, you know? So I'm not saying that I know what to expect sonically speaking, but when it comes to maybe overall vibe, I can imagine something like whimsical, a little bit The Bride and the Corpse. For example, who made this? The Bride and the Corpse. Okay, Tim Burton. Sometimes she gives me a little bit of Coraline also, but less creepy and more whimsical. It's kind of like, to me, her vibe, overall vibe, is Tim Burton meets Disneyland. And most specifically, Alice. If Tim Burton were to do a retelling of... Did he? Right. Tim Burton already worked on Alice in Wonderland, so there you go. I feel like she's giving me this kind of vibe. So I think we can expect something kind of like that. Visually speaking, at least. I don't know though, sound-wise, like I said earlier, I don't know what to expect. Welcome to Lil Fantasy. Avocado? Okay. Just that alone is already so... like the color grading, the graininess of this.
네.
Not her answering in Korean, okay.
주문 도와드릴게요.
아보카도 토스트. 아보카도 토스트. 아보카도 토스트.
아보카도 토스트 3개 맞으시죠?
People who work in this kind of environment, just say 3. I've worked as a waitress before. That's a perfect avocado. Oh. Les lapins crétins. This is all your fault. I love their shirts. Okay. Alice in Wonderland. This is giving me Coraline. Oh my god, hold on. Let's go. Damn, I love the vibes. It's true. Ah, stay. Damn, the vibes are immaculate. This is so unique, but like... for some reason now I kind of want her on a track with Hyoko. It's kind of like the only reference that I have for a more indie band, really, but... Real fantasy. Ah, that's so wow, I love this. She looks so cute. This is so cool. This is so cool. You know how I recently said, like, I'm more for the type of fan who listens to music than watch a music video. Well, for this specific one here, I would actually really, really enjoy just sitting here and watching it again. Not because there's necessarily like a lot to see. I don't think it's one of those music videos that you need to dissect to try and you know, understand like a storyline, plot, or like hidden messages or whatever. I actually feel like it's pretty straightforward. This genuinely felt like watching a movie. I sometimes bring up the inner child, you know, and I feel like she is healing my inner child is a bit of a strong statement, but it's just she is actually doing something that my inner child would have loved me to do if I were, you know, artistic and creative and everything. This is by far one of the most unique approach to things, to a concept, and in a sense I feel like it directly contradicts a lot of the codes from K-pop that we see in general, where, you know, perfection prevails. It needs to be clean, it needs to be proper, it needs to be very well done and polished and whatnot. Here there's this element that feels like, you know, when she is in this field right here, this legit just feels like a play that a middle school came up with, and they all did it themselves. The decorations, the trees, this feels homemade almost. And I feel like this vibe is not what we get to see often in K-pop at all, which is why I'm like, this is so unique. And don't get me wrong, I know that a lot of work was put into this. I'm not saying that this is, you know, that this looks like poor quality or whatever, because I know for a fact that those who worked on the set here probably spent so much time on it. But it looks, I mean, it's a skill, you know, to make something look simple when in actuality it isn't. But it just feels very like color book coded, like a play for middle school. Like I said, it's so freaking cool. Also, oh god, look at it and tell me, like, at some point in your life you didn't draw, you know, flowers like this, for example. This is why I say, like, this is very like inner child like. If you want, she's legit looking like a little witch like this with the, oh my god, I love this so much. I feel like in other circumstances, if this came from anyone else than her, I might have found it a bit weird. But considering that this is Chaeyoung, this is pretty much her. Like, it matches so perfectly with, you know, sometimes it happens that when I watch a music video or listen to a song, I'm like, oh yeah, I can hear this other, you know, artist doing a similar track or something, and I could imagine this other artist on a similar track. Here I'm like, everything fits so perfectly well, because I mean, I would like to assume that she is credited on this album and she was very hands-on, hence why everything fits so perfectly well. It's just like the song, the concept, the artist, everything hits the right, you know, wavelength, so much so that when you receive it as a viewer, it makes perfect sense. It's like when you go watch a Tim Burton movie, just to bring him back again, when you go watch a Tim Burton movie, you know what to expect, and when you come out of the theater after watching the movie, you're like, oh yeah, it makes so much sense. This is exactly what I'm talking about here as well. You know what to expect coming in, visually speaking, you know, like vibe wise, and then you listen to the song and you come out of it and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, you know? I freaking love it. The vibe, her voice is like so entrancing. It's like, yeah, witchy low-key. It's so cool. The colors. I mean, seriously, you know how some people have been saying that we have the colors gone in K-pop and everything, and how, you know, they miss the old K-pop because nowadays everything sounds so Western or whatever. I feel like, yeah, there you go. You got the colors, you got something unique, etc. There you go. Though I can't say this is typical K-pop. Again, if I make like a generalization of what K-pop sound is, this isn't one of them. This is a lot more indie, or for me at least, which is why I brought up Hyoko. Like I said, they're kind of this only indie group that I really know of and whose music I consume, you know, so like I thought of them. This is so like, this is so chill. This is so good. Also, this last part is giving on and off. Honestly, this song, even though, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily consider it K-pop, if we just go by the pop name, I love it. I really, really love it, and I would listen to it again. There's such like a drastic difference between the visual and how colorful, saturated it is, and how chill the song is, and yet I feel like it makes so much sense. Sorry, you guys, pardon my this, but I was just re-watching Avocado, and suddenly I got reminded of one of the music videos that I used to watch on TV when I was younger on French TV, and it's Olivia Ruiz, La Dame Chocolat. La Femme Chocolat? Hold on, let me check. La Femme Chocolat. Yeah, I just wanted to come in just to add this little French touch, if you want. La Femme Chocolat d'Olivia Ruiz. That clip, the music video. Yeah, there you go. All right, and so now the actual title track is Shoot Firecracker. So yeah, English captions are on. Let's go. I'm gonna assume that this one is slightly more conventional K-pop, and just like Avocado was, it was just like an introduction to the album, wasn't it? And so this is the song that she is promoting, and I guess with that logic, it might be more conventionally K-pop sounding. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go. I love that we get to see her tattoos though. That is something I'm always going to say, but like, free the tattoos! Wow. Oh! La princesse avec le petit pois! How do you call that? Oh my god! Wow. Wow. I'm legit jealous. Like, watching this, I'm like so freaking envious and jealous of people. Avocado, okay. Like her, who are genuinely super artistic and creative. Ah, the bunny in this now. Oh my god. Ooh, the bass. This reminds me of those videos where people are like letting the neurodivergent people choosing a spoon. Yep. Alice in Wonderland, yeah. This is so cute. I'm genuinely so in love with this. Hi. Firecracker. The only thing I will say is this felt a little short. Maybe it's the fact that because I love the universe of this so much, I wish I could have stayed in it longer. You know, sometimes when you're dreaming and so you're being awoken and you manage to remember the dream that you were dreaming, and you're like, let me go back to it. And so you try to go back to sleep because you want to keep dreaming that same dream. This is kind of that feeling right here where I feel like the end got me awake, and now I want to go back to sleep because I want to continue whatever was going on there. This is, again, I feel like I know I said this is most likely more conventionally K-pop sounding, but actually they still managed to find like the perfect balance between making this Chaeyoung light and not losing any of that spark, you know, that creativity, that uniqueness that makes her her and her music hers and her art and everything, and making it maybe more attainable, if that makes sense. I feel like sometimes for artists like her, where they are maybe a lot less conventional, or that present something that is visually different and maybe sounding slightly different from what we are used to in general. Again, this is me making a generalization to for the sake of my commentary, but like this is to me like almost the perfect balance between Chaeyoung and the general K-pop scene. And so she's starting this very line right there, but this is so smooth, so buttery perfect, you know. Like I said, I am jealous of people like her who are artistic and not just artistic. I feel like being artistic is one thing, but if you have creativity on top of it, let's say, you know, you're a baker, you can be a very good baker, so you're very good at your art, you never fail at a recipe, your cakes always come out like bouncy, moist and delicious, flavorful, etc. But without the creativity, you will always be stuck to the same things over and over again. And so creativity is what makes art fun and new and unique and different. At least that's how I perceive things. So agree to disagree, but this is how I see things. So like I said, I believe she is artistic, but more than anything, she's creative as heck. And I would go even as far as to say that her creativity is her personality. Like this does not feel like she's cosplaying her creativity, if that makes sense. I feel like we can pretty much see that this is who she is. This is like when you watch this, you're not gonna be questioning whether this feels natural or not. This is her. Period. Does that make sense? I love her voice on it. I love how catchy it is. I love the music video. I love how, again, this feels so much like her. The avocado, the snails, this is so good. Oh, the nails! Hold on, my god, look at her nails. Oh, look at it. That is so cool. Even to the nails. Oh god. Under different circumstances, I would have been creeped out by this. Yeah, I would. But then, taking into account Chaeyoung, her universe, her personality and everything, it matches so freaking well that when I saw them, the mascots and everything, the mask, no matter how creepy they could be, I wasn't creeped out. I was not creeped out. This makes perfect sense. But maybe because it's called Firecracker, I might have maybe wanted a little something, you know. But really, other than that, I freaking love this this concept. The song is really good. She's so stunning. I love it. Oh god, I love it. The more retro sound with the bass, the synth is so good. Also, when she said like I've traveled the world, but like my bed is my favorite place. Not that I have traveled the world, no, but my bed is my favorite place indeed. Yes, my room is perfect. Yes, it isn't by far. But as long as you feel comfortable in it, and you know, that's what matters, right? Love is within. Why are we still searching? Can we let go of the words so judging? I love this. So me personally, I freaking love it. All of it. The avocado in this, love it. Every aspect of this, apart from the fact that it is short, yes. There's just a lightness to it that makes it so incredibly easy. Just to go back to baking, maybe you couldn't tell, but I've been baking a lot for some reason. But like, when you beat the egg whites to a peak, you know, this is how light it is. But it still holds its own, but it's so light, and it's just like this meringue sort of. Yes, it's soft, but it's crunchy. It's sweet. I love this. I'm not surprised that I enjoy how unique this is, like the universe, etc. The vibes. I'm surprised I enjoy the songs because, like I explained at the beginning, I didn't know what to expect sonically speaking, and so now I can tell with certainty that I do really, really enjoy. And not just enjoy, I will be re-listening to this. I've recently explained how, you know, there's nuance in the way I approach music. Like there's music that I enjoy, there's music that I love, and there's music that I will replay and re-listen to. They're like circles, swirled bubbles. that sometimes don't meet. There are songs that I really, really enjoy. Sometimes some that I love, but I won't re-listen to them, you know? These two, Avocado and Shoot Firecracker, are songs that not only do I enjoy and love, but I will be re-listening to them. And so it's kind of like a combo to me. Yep, bingo, you know, sort of. So yeah, that was really, really nice. Anyway, on these words, I'm gonna be wrapping it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.